There we go. A little behind the scenes here. Alright, let's get back to it. Look, I'm sick of making these stupid videos about shit no one cares about with me sanding plastic, so you're along for the ride for this one. See, that lighting looks pretty good. So, let's see, recap where we are. Have not sanded the weapons yet. I usually wait for the lighter to do that. Get organized. Okay, we've got a couple feet. This one looks like I've sanded, but this one I have not. Okay. The other leg pieces, foot pieces, all sanded. Haven't put together the little lift cart thing that. Let's see, where is it? It carries the pilot up to the that thing there. We'll do that later. These little guys I still need to cut out. These go in the back of the feet here, little thrusters. I don't know. And I don't know what these are for yet either. I kind of skipped over this because I didn't want to have to deal with these little itty bitty pieces going on and off the model. I'll just put these on when they're sanded, painted, and done, and it's all over with. Other than that, I've got the energy pipes and the little pink armor that goes around them. And like I just did the other night, sanding each and every one of these little pieces. It was tedious, but we're done. The hard part's over with. And these videos, I kind of don't mind that they're kind of boring and long and tedious and not that interesting, because guess what I've been doing for the last 20 hours? Long, boring, tedious, mindless, goddamn work. But it's all worth it in the end. It pays off, I suppose. So that this model will then sit on the shelf where no one will ever see it except for maybe 3 people in the whole world. I suppose you could spend 50 to 100 hours on one of these kits. All for what? For what purpose? Because I can and some can't, I guess. I guess that's the draw to it. I like to do what other people find too difficult to do and excel at it. So yeah, this will get a lot more entertaining as the videos get more advanced and we get on to more fun things like painting and detailing. Right, so which we're close to detailing and painting, or close to painting anyway. The one thing I'm gonna do is increase the difficulty level. So if we look, this is kind of an older model. This big one's about, I think it's like 20 years old or something. And it's not bad at all, but it's not as detailed as this newer one. Now this is only 1/44th scale, and this is 1/100th scale, so it's bigger and more detailed in theory. But I do like on this newer kit how, if I can get this to focus, we have these panel lines in here. Some more detailing and panel lines here. Let's see, same with the arms, it looks like, maybe a little bit. You can see how that's more pronounced, the lines there. I might enhance that cut in there. On the, let's see, the armor plates here, it's kind of hard to tell in the lighting I've got here, and just all the paint on it reflects the light a lot, so it's hard to see all the little details on camera. It's easier to see in person, but not all the details I'm gonna add, but some of them. There's just some, especially on the head too. We'll see how I like them. I'll draw them on there and scribe them out, but that's gonna add a lot of time, so we'll see. I'll do some of the basics. Like I know I definitely want to do the thighs here, some of the chest and the arm details and the head, and then from there we'll see how that looks. And I may go even more, but I think with just a little bit of some thigh and shoulder and head details and accents that it might actually be good enough. It'd sell enough as highly detailed. The more little details and the more tiny little things you can put on there. The busier you can make it, the more realistic it'll look to a point. There is a point where you can go too far. Here's kind of a good example of that. This was one where this is my first attempt at just playing with a wet palette and or brush painting. And this is just this isn't even a high grade. This is just like a really, really cheap, like gotcha vending machine toy thing or something. I don't even remember. Cheap. Like, it looked like hot garbage before it was painted. But after painting it, it turned out a lot better. But I went really, really overboard with the detailing on it and the paint. And that was kind of on purpose. I wasn't afraid to go too far. I wanted to see what happened actually when I did sort of take it too far. And I mean, it's a mess. I mean, none of it really looks bad, but it's just too busy. There's too much. It's sort of, all the busyness takes away from the overall look of it. Whereas then my second attempt with the wet palette and the acrylic brush painting was the Zaku. And this one I did not expect to turn out very well. I kind of just bought it on a whim at Hobby Lobby and just went wild with some paints. So I mixed up first just a blue kind of teal aquamarine kind of color and just, painted it. And then I came in with like a gold bronze and just kind of started adding this gold and a little bit of rust and reds. And funny story about this piece, I actually lost it and found it like 2 years later, but all the paint I had mixed to color it was gone. Like I wouldn't even begin to know how to mix the same color paint. And I could maybe try to match it. I mean, it is just kind of a gray but with all the detailing and all the work it came to get all the detailed, it would just stand out. So I just said, screw it, let's just lean into it and make it stand out even more, like it's a piece of armor that got blown off, and then somehow they stripped another piece off of another one and slapped it on here and put them back out in the service, But yeah, I was really pleased with how this turned out. There's something with the blue and the golds. This is my favorite gold, by the way. This is Alaclad's, I think it's a lacquer gold. Amazing gold. So yeah, went way different than the colors on the box, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. My biggest thing now is I like the way it looks, but I also kind of want to see what it would look like with some decals on it. But then we run into the same problem. It's already good. I love it the way it is. If I add the decals to it, is it going to take away? And the thing I don't want is to have the cheap decals that create the line, you can see the edge around it. I don't want that. I want, if anything, these dry transfers, which came on this in Master Grade Easy 8. I don't know, the old kits seem to be better. They came with better stickers, the build quality is not always the best, but see, these have absolutely zero lines to the stickers, the decals, and those are the kind you just dry transfer, put them on, you rub them, it's kind of like a scratch off onto the plastic, and they just stick there level with the paint. Whereas then you get just regular water slides or stick-on stickers, and you can see the line, the edge around that 402. Let's see, hard to get it focused. The water slides aren't bad, but yeah, right around that 2, you can see the square box around it, and it just sticks up. It's harder to see in person, but it just makes it immediately just signal as this is a toy. Whereas the dry transfers just look so much better. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent, but that's okay. It's probably more interesting than just watching me do this all day. So I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna put the legs together with all the armor and everything. Put the whole kit together. I mean, save for little kind of tiny knick-knack pieces, but get it all ready. Start to line out with pencil what lines I want to scribe into it, and other details and whatnot. And that'll probably be in the next video. So I'm gonna put the legs together. I've already got some footage from the last couple times I filmed, and I want to kind of compile that together into this video. This one will wrap up the sanding and all that. We'll come back with the next video. Part 3 will be the scribing. Hopefully I will have all the lines drawn out and we can just jump right into scribing. You won't have to watch me draw lines on plastic. So we'll try to keep it short and sweet and get this moving along a little quicker for you guys. This is what I love about these Gunpla kits. Look at this articulation here. Watch this here when I move it. See how it comes, slides out of there and slides back in like that? That's the arm. And that's like his elbow joint. That all works off of this. And you see this channel in there? This piece attaches to this lower forearm, and that little groove goes in there. And then this piece gets attached up to the upper arm and locked in on this peg, so when it moves, this whole thing like articulates and slides inside there. And that's not even as crazy as some of them get. This is like an old 20-year-old model kit. Some of the newer ones are nuts. They got pistons and shock absorbers and all kinds of weird stuff. This is just the stuff I love about these kits. It's so cool. Look at that. You just twist the dang thing. Kind of make the sound effects. Alright. Snappy.
Welcome to the night. Sweat from your fear. There's no escape. A sound in the hole.
There we go.
It won't go away.
Look, even this little piece bends here. Not the hand, right here, this piece, this little end segment. Just to give that little extra bit of stretch. Get that foot toe or that toe up there. It's pretty good articulation, actually. So I think in just putting this together and playing with it, I think I figured out what I want to do. And it's something I've thought about doing for a long time with these kits, but I never could bring myself to do it. And that's because it involves removing pieces from the kit and then therefore not really displaying everything that I worked so hard to do. But I think in this case, to not hide all the cool inner frame that we would otherwise be missing if I left all the panels on, I think what I want to do with this one is create a diorama. So like a hangar bay kind of thing, you know, it looks like it's in a spaceship loaded up in a hangar, all kind of just standing there with the weapons on the wall, ready to grow, like ready to launch for battle or something like that. But what I want to do is leave this side completely armored, or vice versa, I want to do, and then take this one off. Maybe leave a couple panels, but I want to take off like most of the leg armor here, take off the panels here, maybe remove some of the skirting. Definitely show off some of the inner frame. I don't know if I want to put the armor cap on this or not. I kind of like the way it looks, but it also doesn't quite capture the whole Zaku look. I don't know. It feels like if you're going to take it off, you got to take the whole thing off, and just have the arm, but that just looks kind of dumb. Look at the articulation in that even. You can lift it up, out, or up and out, and up again. Same with this shield. Anyway, so I think what it's going to be is it's going to be just a stand-up diorama in a hangar bay looking like it's getting serviced, and then half of the armor will be removed, and we'll detail the crap out of the inner frame of the leg, so we can show off some of this detail. And I'll go in and make this all look metallic, and there's wires and fuel hoses, and really detail it. But I think that's the look I'm gonna go for. The only thing I've thought about doing that before, but then that requires, like I said, you have to remove some of the panels and some of the things, and it's not the complete finished kit. But now that since I've done a fair amount of a couple kits all all, you know, in completed form. I kind of want to do this one where you get to see some of the inner frame. I mean, because arguably some of the inner frame is even more detailed and more amazing looking than the kits themselves. So, yeah, anyway, what do you think? You think that's a good idea, bad idea? I don't know. I'm probably going to do it either way. Right, so recap. We're going to draw the lines on the panels for scribing additional details, and then we'll go into actually cutting those lines into the plastic in the next video. All right, lots of progress, still much more to go. So until then, carry on. This is why these are not toys. You cannot really play with them. Anytime you try to move them too much, they come apart. You're supposed to pose them and leave them alone. Let's see if I can get that back in there. Go!